Plaintiff and her friends, who did not have tickets but hoped to buy some scalped tickets when they arrived, parked their vehicle in one of the ball fields being used for parking and purchased concert tickets from an unidentified man. They remained for 30 or 40 minutes in the parking lot tailgating with other friends whom they met before heading for the stadium. When they arrived at the gate, they learned that their tickets were counterfeit and were turned away. The group returned to the parking lot. Plaintiff and her girlfriend found their car and stood a few feet in front of it, talking while their two male friends, intent on finding the scalper, went looking for him. Plaintiff then observed her two friends about 200 feet away, initially yelling at the scalper and two other men, and later, as the confrontation escalated, fighting with them. She watched for about 4 minutes. According to her deposition testimony, her next recollection was of waking up in the hospital. She had not seen or heard any vehicle coming toward her. She later learned that a vehicle struck her and that after hitting her, it had hit another member of the group. According to plaintiff, her girlfriend later told her that the vehicle came out from nowhere and that she thought the driver was the scalper's friend. Although her other friends thought the same, they were not positive. According to plaintiff, the police questioned the scalper and his friends, but were unable to ascertain the driver's identity. The city of New York, the concert's producer, and its subcontractors provided security for the event. They hired a private company to provide security inside the stadium and had obtained the services of Country Club Services Incorporated to manage and control vehicular parking. Sometime prior to the concert, the Parks Department of the City of New York held at least one meeting attended by its subcontractors, representatives of the police and fire departments, and other city agencies to discuss the logistics, including security, of holding such a concert. As the record shows, Country Club, which had over 30 employees, including 7 or 8 managers, deployed in and around the ball field, was responsible for directing cars into parking spaces in an orderly fashion and taking the necessary precautions to avoid the blocking of parked vehicles. Its attendants, wearing security vests and equipped with lights, were also to assist patrons in finding their cars after the concert and getting safely to them. An estimated 20 officers from the Department of Parks Enforcement Patrol monitored the area outside the stadium, primarily the ball field, to ensure the patrons' observance of Parks Department rules and regulations. Some were assigned to look for illegal vendors. The New York City Police Department also patrolled Randall's Island on the day of the concert, concerned primarily with the smooth flow of traffic on and off the island and the safety of the attendees. The police also patrolled the parking fields, maintaining a constant presence of 3 or 4 police officers and their sergeants, mainly to prevent loitering and drinking and drug usage. In all, approximately 100 police officers patrolled Randall's Island between 4 and 5 p.m. on the day in question. The contract with the city provided for the use of Downing Stadium and additional areas on Randall's Island and required them at its sole cost and expense to operate an efficient vehicular parking operation at no charge to the public and to provide sufficient trained security personnel as may be necessary for the proper policing of the stadium and additional facilities. Another of the contract's provisions required them to maintain close liaison with New York City Police and cooperate with all efforts to remove disorderly patrons and illegal vendors from the permitted and surrounding premises and to ensure the safety and protection of all persons and property.